Hello, it's me, Yvonne Abro, your local non-binary witch and author of Dark Mirror, The Inner Work of Witchcraft, and The Night Journey, Witchcraft as Transformation, which you can buy from the Doreen Valiente Foundation online shop at shop.doreenvaliente.org. So, in my books, I've written a fair amount about embodiment, and I just wanted to do a bit about embodiment because I think it's a really important concept and it's kind of key to paganism. Now, a lot of people talk about spirituality, and I like a few years ago there was an academic paper which I thought had a great title, which was Spirituality, a glowing and useful term in search of a meaning. And nobody seems to be very clear about what spirituality means. And to me, it originally meant that feeling you get when you look up at the stars at night and you feel in awe of the universe, or when you look at a beautiful landscape, or you feel at one with nature, or physical stuff. And I realised that actually maybe other people didn't mean the same things as I do by spirituality, and that maybe embodiment is a more useful term to describe those feelings, because obviously they spring from being embodied, being in a physical body, in a physical world, and feeling connected to the beauty of nature in that physical world. So I stopped talking about spirituality and I started talking about embodiment instead. And I see it as being like at one with your body. So Western culture encourages us to live in our heads all the time and to have our noses on our mobile phones and generally become detached from physical reality. I'm currently sitting in a nice air-conditioned house while it's quite hot outside, so guilty. How can we become more in tune with our own bodies? Well, one thing to do is to start thinking about what you eat, and whilst it's fun to have ice cream and Slurpees and chips and whatever else from time to time, it's probably not a good idea to make a habit of eating those all the time. It's good to eat superfoods and things that you've grown in your garden if you've got lucky enough to have a garden. If you haven't got a garden, maybe you could grow things in containers on your balcony. But either way, like being able to eat fresh fruit or fresh vegetables, and to know where those vegetables came from and that they haven't travelled miles and miles and miles on an aeroplane to get there. So it's all about, eat local, eat sustainable, that kind of stuff. And you notice that by eating locally and sustainably, we are putting our bodies in touch with the earth and the terroir, the region around us. So that is one really good way of becoming connected to nature, which is one of the stated goals of paganism, so that's handy. And it's also better for your body, and it makes you feel at one with your body, and so it can only be good. So one of the things I love doing is growing vegetables in the garden and then picking them off the plant and then eating them. It's very satisfying. And I think, you can cultivate embodiment by going out in nature and just sitting and being in nature and being aware of yourself as a physical body in nature. Just, be aware of the sun on your skin, or if you go swimming, be aware of swimming in the water and the feeling of the water on your skin, and also make sure that you get plenty of water into your body by staying hydrated. Something I'm very bad at, I have to admit. So, you know, and this links very well with my previous video on self-care, which I also mentioned about staying hydrated. So, yeah, I think it's really important to consider embodiment as, you know, we are physical beings. We are not a spirit. What's that phrase? You know, I am not a spiritual being on a human journey. I'm a human being on a human journey, and you know, I very much like being alive on this world, in this body, and you know, experiencing the physical sensations that are available to me. I mean, obviously not pain, like arthritis and rheumatism can just get into the sea, but generally speaking, you know, being embodied is a good thing and the source of much pleasure. So let's celebrate that pleasure and the state of being embodied, because that's a good thing. And I think embodiment is a much better word to describe what I was using spirituality for, which is the joy of going and looking at a beautiful landscape and recognizing yourself as being part of that, part of the land and part of nature. So have a wonderful day, take care, blessed be.